So Dallas will get the first possession. And Matthews kicks to Jordan. Backing down. Number 15 gets a very good look and converts. Zalgiris on D. Barnes passes to Jordan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive boards.
And, Steve, he's also the player they rally around at the defensive end. I mean, they cause some real havoc when he's out there running the show defensively.
Free throw good, Jordan. And Zalgiris making a change here.
Wade champion.
And so Jordan nails both of them. Number 1, he's covered by Matthews. A follow-up jam.
He could have tipped it home, but he wanted to give this crowd something to remember.
Dynamic work right there. Throw down that rebound.
Yes, sir.
No need to back it out if you're in position for the dunk.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with Rick Carlisle for just a moment. He knows they're up against a team that plays best when they're getting to the rim. He told me that their number 1 concern is going to be sliding over to help on any drives and closing up any lanes to the hoop as quickly as possible. Good rotation is key, guys.
Thanks, Doris. And it's Zalgiris with the ball. After the miss from Smith. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
They double him with Jordan. Knocked loose. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break.
Oh! Unbelievable.
How did he do that?
Old school time now. He broke to the rack, Kevin.
That is raw power, Clark. Raw, unbridled power.
And this place is shaking.
And it's Zalgiris with the ball. Pass to Jackson. Gets it to go. Jackson's got 6.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Jordan. Can't hit. And Zalgiris will come the other way. And it's out of bounds. Zalgiris able to retain possession. And Zalgiris making a change here. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. With the tip, Barnes grabs the miss. Mavericks trailed by 4. Smith dishes to Jordan. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Zalgiris. Tipped away. Jackson with it. Now Smith defending. Matthews with the steal. Jumps up. Oh, and the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
On offense, here's Zalgiris. Van Gundy, defended by Nowitzki. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
There's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Yeah, I think they just need to slow it down for a minute. Catch their breath before they give the ball away again.
And Zalgiris making a change here. White's checked in. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Smith kicks to Matthews. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
And stolen by Barnes. Out of bounds, Žalgiris takes possession. Number one. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You can't let someone of his skill go unbodied at the rim like that. Box him out. Get him away from the basket. He'll make you pay with tip-ins like you just saw.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And stolen by Barnes. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. Outside, White. Smith with the defensive effort.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Gets it to go.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. White, good.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Out of bounds, Žalgiris takes possession. And Žalgiris making a change here.
Smith. Ramos. Number 18.
On offense, here's Žalgiris. Number 15. He's covered by Matthews. The Mavericks trailing. Smith outside. Barnes passes to Smith. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That free throw, no good. And Žalgiris making a change here. And he sinks the second. Number 1, covered by Smith. They get a hand on it. And here's the fast break.
Tore it down that time.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Dallas.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And they're getting out in transition, too. Finding some easy points on the fast break.
Out of bounds, Žalgiris takes possession. .135 left in the first quarter of the game. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And Smith slams it home. It's not possible what we just caught. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Phelps. And again, Žalgiris, no luck.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. He dishes it to Smith. Feeds it to White. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. The Mavericks leading. Dishes it to Barnes. Gives him the lead pass. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And Jalgiris making a change here.
Jackson. Adelman.
Leaps for it. A steal. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Phelps defended by Nowitzki. Matthews with the rebound. Here's Barnes. Nowitzki outside. The pass to Jordan. Comes up empty down low. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Left side, Jackson. Adelman, covered by Smith. Kicks it to Jackson. 5 on the clock. Number 1. And the dunk by Jackson.
I tell you what, it never gets old watching him work, does it, fellas?
No, Clark, that's a good way to put it. He will work. Great example of that on the offensive glass right there.
Yeah, just blue-collar stuff. And then he put a little flair in the dunk.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
Oof. Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
That's turnover number 5 for him, guys. So he's got to be much better with the ball.
And Jalgiris making a change here.
Number 12.
And here are the Mavericks now. Pass to Barnes. Backing in. Rebound by Jalgiris. Jackson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. 6 on the shot clock. Number 12. And the 3 off target. And so here is Dallas, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Nowitzki. Smith checked in for Jackson. So he gets them both.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
And he uses the glass on the way.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Gone 2 of 4 from the field. Smith kicks to Jordan. He's against Smith. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Smith.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Now here's Matthews. Jordan kicks to Smith. Back to Jordan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw, no good. Jackson, he's checked in for Jalgiris. the second free throw, good.
The main thing there was that he got them a 2-possession lead despite the one miss.
Number 12. He's covered by Matthews. Nice shot by Smith. And here is Nowitzki. Passes to Barnes. And he makes good on the layup. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter. Žalgiris trails by 4. Got a piece of it. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him. A second chance effort. And it's Smith missing.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Van Gundy covered by Smith. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him.
He
Gosh,
sure
that was
did.
neat.
And how about the touch on the finish, too? That was really nicely done.
There's the feed to Jackson. He's working on Nowitzki. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
And Žalgiris making a change here.
House. Number 11.
He kicks it to Barnes. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Barnes. He's got 8 points and a couple of nice steals, too.
It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. And Žalgiris making a change here. Barnes hits them both. Žalgiris trails by 8. Phelps defended by Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 13-4 run. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. For Dallas, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Free throw, good. Matthews. Both free throws good from Matthews. On offense, here's Žalgiris. Trailing by 10. Number 15. 11 feet out and he hits it. Now Jordan. He's got 5. There's the dish to Matthews. The drive by Jordan. Lays it up and banks it in. Jordan's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. Number 5, guarded by Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. That's good.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Mavericks leading by 8. And Nowitzki backs in. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. For Dallas, they have been getting it done at the line. 10 for 12.
Well, this was a very consistent free throw shooting team a year ago. They shot about 79%.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And Žalgiris making a change here. And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
That's a great job from the line this quarter.
Žalgiris trails by 10. He feeds it to White. 13 feet away. That one wide left. Dallas with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Here's Barnes. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And 12 points for Barnes.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
That is good.
It takes a lot of skill and agility to lay it in with the defense right on you. That's a terrific finish.
Rebound by Žalgiris. Poked loose. Tries to keep it alive. Oh, and here comes Smith. All alone. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Adelman, covered by Smith. Here's Adelman, and the rejection by Smith. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Žalgiris making a change here.
Smith. Jackson.
Here's Smith. Nowitzki for three. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
Puts it up off the inbound. Here's Matthews. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Matthews has got 6 in the quarter.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Pass to Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well. Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And Žalgiris making a change here.
Number 5. Number 1.
17 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Nowitzki outside. Back to Smith. Fires from deep. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's Dallas leading by 14. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Now, presented by the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by
Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
Well, I love his tenacity defensively. The way he plays at that end of the floor, it's been a major factor here in this game.
And as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance and uncomfortable.
Mavericks leading by 14. Smith dishes to Matthews. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but, one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but, in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And one more thing to point out about him is what a rugged player he is, how hard he works every game, and he's always battling.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Žalgiris trails by 19. Matthews with the steal. Moving it up. Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Smith's shot is good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. And stolen by Jordan. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball.
They're scoring well. They're really executing and building on this lead.
Gradually adding to the lead, I like it. I mean, they continue to work well offensively. They should be in good shape going forward.
Here's Phelps. Bank shot, no good.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run.
And it's blocked.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. A big group substitution here for Žalgiris.
Number 5. Smith. Adelman. And Gundy.
Here's Smith. Jordan the pass to Barnes. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 16 points for Barnes. And it's Žalgiris with the ball. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. He dishes it to Smith. 4 on the shot clock. And stolen by Nowitzki. Smith on the wing. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Well, he didn't quit on the play. He defended the shot, contested it, and then got back straight to the glass.
Feeds to Smith. That's tipped. Clock at 6. Will it go? Barnes grabs the miss.
He can't get anything to drop, and the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it's Žalgiris with the ball. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone. Nowitzki's shot's good.
Boy, and another miscue leads to points. Squeeze the orange, fellas. Take care of the pumpkin.
I agree, Clark, and it's hurting them at both ends, losing possessions and then giving up easy points at the other end.
A big group substitution here for Žalgiris.
White. Rambis. Number 8.
They're struggling to keep up.
Now we'll see if they can turn things around on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 12. And it's blocked by Barnes. Smith kicks to Jordan. It's 2-on-1. Number 12. Smith with the block. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And Jalgiris making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Knocks it loose. And White slams it in.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Backing down is Jordan. Low block shot. The shot misses. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And Jalgiris making a change here.
Phelps. Number 1.
Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Here's Jordan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Five to shoot. Shoots a 3. And again, Jalgiris, no luck. Now here's Matthews. He's got 13. Barnes can't get it to go. Number 12, covered by Smith. Number 12, and it's blocked by Matthews. And here we go, the Mavericks in a fast break.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And I like the choice, making the conservative finish, making sure of the 2 points.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Yeah,
I know you agree with that, Steve.
no, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 10. Number 12. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A big group substitution here for Jalgiris.
Number 5. Smith. Number 4.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Matthews dishes to Smith. Matthews deflects the pass. Smith up top.
That's all you.
Van Gundy guarded by Jordan. Smith with a screen on Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. And Matthews kicks to Smith. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Number 15. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 8.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
Here's Jordan. Rebound by Jalgiris.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Out of bounds, Jalgiris takes possession. And Jalgiris making a change here.
White. Number 1.
7 seconds left to play here in the third. Number 1. And again, Jalgiris, no luck. On offense, here's Jalgiris. Dishes to Smith. Number 15. He's covered by Matthews. There's the pass to White. 6 to shoot. The stupendous finish in traffic. White's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Jalgiris. Kicks it to Barnes. Puts it up from 15. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Ball's knocked loose. Smith outside. Smith left side. From deep three-point range, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. A platoon swap here for Jalgiris. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Dallas moving it around. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Checking out the game DeAndre Jordan is having. He's got 11 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
The first one falls. That one misses. Here's Jackson. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Number 12, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 3. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You know, guys, the teamwork and rhythm we saw from them earlier just isn't there right now. They've lost it, and the turnovers are starting to pile up.
And Jalgiris making a change here. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. The offensive rebound. No good from Jordan.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Smith drives in, and he banks in the layup. Smith's got 19 points.
Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Number 15, he's covered by Matthews. The 3, it's rebounded by Dallas. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Barnes passes to Smith, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Smith. 19 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
They sure have, and clearly he's gotten in their heads because of it, Clark. The guys are looking over their shoulder now, always worrying about where he is.
The first free throw is good. And Jalgiris making a change here. Smith hits them both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Number 44. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Barnes backs in from about 16. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Barnes. 14 points for Jordan.
You know, from that in-between range, they've actually been the much hotter team.
Well, when you make perimeter shots and knock down those jumpers, it opens up everything else.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
And Jalgiris making a change here. Dallas with the ball. They're rolling here with a 9-point run and blocked. Van Gundy covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Number 1, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. White is checked in for Jackson. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki, no good. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
This is when they need to be patient, work the ball, and find a high percentage shot. He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
And Matthews gets it to go.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
Well, they're finding the holes in the defense, Clark, and they're exploiting them.
From outside the arc, they get it back.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Just an amazing game for Matthews. He's got 17 points and 7 big steals, too.
Getting to the free throw line and converting once he's there, along with his passing, those are the areas where he's really been strong.
Well, yeah, guys, it's basically just old school basketball he's been playing. I love it.
And the first one at the line is good. And Jalgiris making a change here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Number 44. And again, Jalgiris, no luck.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
And it's Jalgiris with the ball. Following the score by Dallas. They set the pick. Number 12. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Here comes Barnes. Out to Smith. Here's Jordan. Cannot hit. Great D that time from White. Number 12. Guarded by Jordan. Pocket 6. Nowitzki with the steal. Makes the lead pass. The shot no good. And Jalgiris will come the other way. Number 5. Banked in off the glass. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And that one's good, Barnes.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
They double him with Jordan. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And Jalgiris making a change here. Here's Dallas. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. Nowitzki kicks to Jordan. Rebound by Jalgiris.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
They set the pick. They double him with Jordan. From deep. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. Now here is Smith. Barnes dishes to Jordan. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
At the line for the Mavericks, DeAndre Jordan. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Jalgiris making a change here. And so he makes both from the line. 55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Van Gundy covered by Smith. Shot clock at 5. Number 15. And Jordan sends it back. Barnes kicks to Smith. Nowitzki. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Shooting for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki. Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And Jalgiris making a change here. And so Nowitzki nails both of them. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Poked away. The drive by Jordan.
Watch out now.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Number 5 misses off the right iron. Here's Smith. Misses there. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.